What if you could take any process, and I mean any process, from your morning routine to a massive production line and make it radically more efficient? Well, today, that's what we're talking about. We're breaking down Lean, a really powerful framework designed to do exactly that. By the end of this, you're going to get its 5 core principles and see how they can help you just eliminate waste and get the most value out of everything you do.
So let's just start with a simple question here. Does your process, whether it's at work, a hobby, even making breakfast, have any of that excess fat? Now, in the Lean world, fat is just another word for waste. It's literally any step, any action, or any material that doesn't add real value for the end user, for the customer. Lean is basically the art of trimming all that fat to build pure operational muscle.
Okay, to make this whole thing less abstract and a little more real, we're going to follow a simple, relatable example through this whole explainer, your favorite local coffee shop. We're going to watch them go from kind of chaotic to totally streamlined, all by just applying these 5 principles of Lean.
All right, so let's dive into the first 2 principles. These are really foundational. They're all about seeing. First, seeing what truly matters to the customer. And second, seeing how the work actually gets done right now, warts and all.
So picture this. This is the before state at our coffee shop. Making one simple latte is a 10-step ordeal. The barista walks to the grinder, then walks back to the machine, then, they got to walk over to the fridge. All that walking, that's pure wasted movement. This process is just filled with the fat we were just talking about.
And that idea of waste brings us right to our very first principle, define value. Now, the key here, and you really got to get this, is that value is always defined from the customer's perspective. What does our coffee drinker actually want? A great latte served fast. They are not paying for the barista to get their steps in for the day. The value is the drink, not the journey it took. Everything else is just potential waste. So once you know what value is, the next step is pretty logical. You apply Principle 2, map the value stream. This just means you identify and map out every single action it takes to deliver that value. You map the good stuff, the value-added steps like actually pulling the espresso shot, and you map the bad stuff, all that non-value-added waste, like the walking back and forth. You have to see the whole stream to fix what's broken.
And wow, just look at the result. By actually mapping out that value stream, the coffee shop realized it could rearrange its layout. The process is now just 4 simple steps. The milk is steamed while the shop pulls. Talk about multitasking. The waste is gone, only value remains, and for the customer, this means a better coffee delivered in a fraction of the time. It's a win-win.
Okay, so we've mapped out a much better process. It's Lean, for sure, but it isn't really dynamic yet. So the next 2 principles are all about making this new process flow smoothly and respond intelligently to actual demand.
And that's where Principle 3, flow, comes in. This is all about making sure that once a process starts, it just doesn't stop. For our coffee shop, the latte is now moving seamlessly from the espresso machine to the milk pitcher to the customer's hand. No interruptions, no bottlenecks, and definitely no more half-finished drinks getting cold on the counter.
Now, Principle 4. This one is a huge game changer. It's called Establish a Pull System. What this means is you don't make anything until a customer actually asks for it. The work is pulled by real demand, not pushed out there based on a forecast or a guess. So instead of being wastefully proactive, you become strategically reactive.
Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the old push system. That's making a dozen lattes just in case a rush comes in. What does that lead to? Cold, wasted coffee. The Lean pull system, on the other hand, it's all about making a latte just in time because the customer has just ordered it. This ensures every single coffee is fresh and valuable, and there's basically zero waste.
So, let's recap. We've defined our value, we've mapped the stream, we created flow, and we've established pull. Our coffee shop's looking pretty good, right? But here's the thing about Lean. You're never really done, and that brings us to the final and maybe most important principle.
Yeah, this quote just nails it. The goal isn't actually being perfect, it's the relentless pursuit of it.
And that is the heart of Principle 5, pursue perfection. Now, this doesn't mean you have to achieve perfection. It's about having a mindset of continuous improvement, which the Japanese call Kaizen. It means everyone from the newest barista to the manager is constantly asking, hey, how can we make this even a little bit better? And that's what turns a good process into a truly great evolving system. All right, so we've walked through all 5 principles.
Let's do a quick flyby one more time and talk about how this journey applies not just to our imaginary coffee shop, but to you.
So here they are, all together. You start by defining value through your customer's eyes. Then you map every single step it takes to deliver it. You make those steps flow together without any interruption. You only start work when it's actually been requested. And finally, you never ever stop trying to make it better. You see how they all build on each other? It's this incredibly logical path from chaos to clarity.
And this is the real magic of Lean. It's not just some niche thing for factories or coffee shops. Think about managing your email, planning a project, or even organizing your kitchen. Literally anywhere there is a process, there is waste that can be eliminated and value that can be amplified.
So, I'll leave you with this challenge. Think about one process in your life or your work. What is the very first piece of fat you can trim? Because the whole journey to peak efficiency, it doesn't start with some giant leap. It starts with that one small, lean step. Thanks for joining this explainer.